Welcome back, students. Today I am taking the topic mechanism of breathing. The movement of air into and out of the lungs is carried out by creating a pressure gradient between the lungs and the atmosphere. The diaphragm and the intercostal muscles help in the generation of such a pressure gradient. Breathing involves two steps. One is inspiration and second is expiration. Inspiration, during which air is drawn into the lungs; expiration, during the which alveolar air is sent out. In inspiration, inspiration occurs when the intrapulmonary pressure is less than the atmospheric pressure. That is, the intrapulmonary pressure is negative compared to the atmospheric pressure, while expiration, when the intrapulmonary pressure is higher than that of the atmosphere. Next is the respiratory volumes. The volume of air involved in the breathing movements can be measured by using a spirometer. It can be tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume, and residual volume. In tidal volume, the volume of air inspired and expired during the normal, effortless breathing is called the tidal volume. It is approximately 500 milliliter. In inspiratory reserve volume, which is also known as the IRV, the extra volume of air that can be inspired beyond the normal tidal volume is called inspiratory reserve volume. It is about 2500 to 3000 milliliter. Expiratory reserve volume, the extra volume of air that can be breathed out beyond the normal tidal volume is called expiratory reserve volume. Its volume is about 1000 milliliter to 1100 milliliter. And the last is residual volume, RV, the volume of air that remains in the lungs even after forceful expiration is called the residual volume. Its value averages between 1100 milliliter and 1200 milliliter. This was all about the respiratory volume. Next topic is pulmonary capacity, or we can say the respiratory capacity. When two or more of respiratory volumes are considered together, pulmonary capacities are obtained. In inspiratory capacity, it can be IC, inspiratory capacity. It can be functional residual capacity, expiratory capacity, vital capacity, and total lung capacity. In inspiratory capacity, IC, the volume of air that can be breathed in by the distending the lungs to a maximum beginning at normal expiratory level is called the inspiratory capacity. It is the sum total of tidal volume and inspiratory reserve volume. That is, we can say in a IC is equal to TV plus IRV. Functional residual capacity, FRC, when a person inhales and exhales in a normal way, the volume of air that remains in the lungs is known as functional residual capacity. It includes the residual volume and expiratory reserve volume, that is FRC is equal to RV plus ERV. Expiratory capacity, the volume of air that can be breathed out forcefully after a normal inspiration is called expiratory capacity. It includes tidal volume and expiratory reserve volume, that is EC is equal to TV plus ERV. Vital capacity, when a person inhales with maximum efforts and exhales also with maximum effort, the volume of air breathed out is called vital capacity. It is the sum total of tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, and expiratory reserve volume, that is VC is equal to TV plus IRV plus ERV. And the last is total lung capacity. Total lung capacity refers to the volume of air accommodated in the lungs at the end of the forceful inspiration. It is the sum total of tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume, and residual volume. That means TLC is equal to TV plus IRV plus ERV plus RV, or we can say VC plus RV. This was all about the pulmonary capacity and respiratory capacity. In our next slide, we will study about the exchange of gases. Thank you.